So he actually focused very much on finding the truth, of really questioning and really challenging people and challenging common beliefs in order to get a deeper understanding. And I think this method and this philosophy is one of the cornerstones of Western society, especially in a country like the Netherlands, where we question everything and we put everything out in the open in order to get closer to the truth, or at least not to leave it out there, but to make sure, okay, what is your understanding about this topic, and what is my understanding, and are we in agreement or are we in disagreement about this? And if we are, what are the next steps that we should take in order to deal with this difference in understanding, or what are the consequences of our belief? So it's basically constantly trying to uncover unclarities and then actually defining action that needs to be taken in order to change the situation, which is very different from the Japanese way. So this is definitely a source of cultural misunderstanding between Japanese people in general and Western people.
It's very interesting. I've never thinking about that. He is Socrates, right? Socrates is. I mean, 2,500 years ago, they are thinking like the basis of current European people's mindset. And Japanese is always believe that the news and information they got, and they do not have any discussion of any kind. But European people, everything they're going to start have a question and skeptical for any kind of information. Actually, current America, they have a lot of fake news, and sort of things is prevailing in the world. Also, I'm accessing a lot of YouTube, some YouTube telling a lie might be. So every time need to check this is right information or wrong information. We need to make judgment. But Japanese people, they never do that because of kind of, custom we don't have. But what you said today, I never experienced European people have the kind of basis 2,500 years ago. I thought, let's see, current, information prevailing in the rest of the world, many kind of information. Some is fake, some is right, some is vague and skeptical, a lot of information. That's the reason why European people try to doubt those information. But actually, this kind of basic idea sort is started 2,500 years ago. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the roots are in are lie within the theories of Socrates. So that's basically also the start of philosophy.
I see. This
so that.
And in the book, in this interview, he said, the interviewer said, if you're going to specialize, major in philosophy, they can get the chance to get business. But actually, this is completely wrong. Recently, in Japan, also, Tihnk company's founder told that you should study philosophy rather than finance and accounting and so forth. This is very important for try to train your perspective and insight. So this is a very big issue to study philosophy, right?
Well, you're right, but actually, I think in reality there are very few HR departments, both in Japan and in the rest of the world, who would actually prefer somebody who has a philosophy degree over somebody who has, let's say, a degree in information technology.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think we're all in agreement that it's very important, but in reality, I think that that people who have a degree in philosophy have a very hard time. But what he's also saying, and I think that is true, not everything in life is measurable through money. It's not actually to have a moral compass, to understand virtues, and to actually become wiser through studying philosophy. Actually will make us much bigger human beings, and therefore they have value. But I would not recommend people to only study philosophy without any content. It's just like that. It's also with critical thinking, right? You can study a lot about critical thinking. There are techniques, there are all kinds of fallacies that we should be aware of, but without contents, it doesn't mean much. So when the push comes to shove, you need to be knowledgeable in the field where you are arguing. Therefore, there are techniques, and there is content, and these things should go hand in hand. Therefore, maybe philosophy is very good, but it doesn't go well without any knowledge about accounting if you want to become an accountant. However, without philosophy, accountants can become merely machines and not be very good as human beings, and they could generate all kinds of other frictions. So I think in general, in an approach of liberal arts, not completely focusing on practical skills that generate the highest revenue in terms of money, but more of an approach towards how do I become a better human being, and how can I be of value to the people around me who come from all kinds of different angles and directions with all kinds of different backgrounds. How can I navigate that? The latter is a much more interesting, more all-round way approach that will enable you to be much better at engaging with other people, expand your network, and therefore gain influence.
Exactly. Just my explanation is wrong. Okay, the Tihnk founder said you should study philosopher. You should study philosopher, not only studying accounting and finance, not only, but also. And also somebody told me philosophy are currently belonging to, one of the liberal arts and belonging to the culture department in the university. That somebody said this is wrong. This should be belonging to science department, not culture.
Right.
Okay, it's completely different from French novel, French culture, French literature, and this is philosophy is completely different from those of kind of cultural issues. This is much more concerned about, liberal art itself is concerned about science. So this philosophy should be belonging to science department instead of culture.
Right.
So currently, if you graduate culture department, and especially you majored in philosophy, you can, the company will not hire you instead of ICT or AI and robotics. But recently, Japanese universities, some of those recognize they need to study liberal arts, including philosophy. This is very important, not only studying physics and chemical, but also they should study liberal arts. So this is a recent new tendency, but not major, but minority. But this, I believe, everybody should study liberal arts. So currently they do not. And also we should study Western philosophy, but also Eastern philosophy, both of those.
Right.
Thinking approach is very different. Especially this morning, you showed the video, and Socrates explained, we need to doubt and think and discuss, debate. Sort of things is, I didn't know that you had 2,500 years ago. I thought this is recent, or European cultural issue, but actually they, in the history, they studied a lot about those kind of issues, right?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. These are the roots of Western culture. This philosophy. Of course, it's not the only roots. We also have religion and other influences. But this is a big major pillar under Western society. So Socrates, the Socratic method, the urge to find the truth, to question the world around us, to question beliefs, are a fundamental driver of Western society.
Mm.はい、皆さんこんにちは、雲野です。今日はですね、雲野塾の研修のプログラムをご紹介したいと思います。で、こういうふうなホームページありますけれども、ぜひですね、一度中身をご覧になっていただきたいと思います。今日はブーキューブさんのスタジオに来て、この収録をしておりますので、中身はこういうふうになってて、今最近ホットなね、グローバルリーダーの定義など書いてあります。で、特に経団連が作成しました留学すれば英語ができて専門性を持つというだけではですね、グローバルリーダーになれないとここに書いてありますようにですね、仕事ができる、専門性を持つ、英語ができるだけじゃなくてですね、私どもの塾ではリベラルアーツということ、それからもう一つは孫子の兵法、さらにはですね、日本の歴史というものを合わせて教えることによって、皆さんが海外の欧米の方々と、もしくは華僑圏の方々と正々堂々と渡り合えるような人物を育成しようというふうなことを考えています。ここに次のスライドが出ておりますけれども、ここに書いてありますのはですね、さらに、私どもの雲野塾の中身につきましてはですね、欧米の資料しか使っておりません。また実際に雲野塾は英語でやっておりますので、英語の講師がこう話しておりますけど、学習はですね、日本の歴史をまだ教えてますので、学習の午後はですね、日本のプログラムをしております。で、以前はこれ有料だったので、今はですね、実際に会場費も取っていただいておりませんで、毎回5000円ということで、朝9時から午後5時までやっておりますので、ぜひ皆さんですね、ご検討の上ご参加いただければと。英語のできない方もですね、学習の午後こういうふうな研修をしておりますので、ぜひご参加いただければというふうに思っておりますので、よろしくお願いします。で、ここにさらにですね、グループ討議とか実務の勘どころを教えると書いてありますけど、実際には私が10年ほどですね、欧米の新聞とか雑誌等をですね、集めてきた、もともと英語のベースでございますので、そうしたものをですね、50セッションのテーマに分けて資料作成をしております。そういうことで、世界のオペレーション、もしくはカントリーリスクも含めてですね、しかも世界のトップの方々に対してもいろいろな分析とか洞察をしてですね、議論をしております。そういったことも含めてですね、今後ともよろしくお願いしたいと思います。以上で私の挨拶を終えますが、今回のこのビデオの収録にあたってはですね、V キューブさんのスタジオをお借りしてですね、お時間を頂戴して、このビデオを作成させていただきました。よろしくお願いします。どうもありがとうございました。